Live from the Parts Unknown studio in Nashville, Tennessee, this is the Bear Hug It Out podcast. Hey guys, this is the ultimate Torrior from bearhugitout.com, and I am with the man, the myth, the legend, the only world champion right now, Jay Lethal. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. It wasn't quite like your introduction. You had a cool name there.
Jay Lethal is a really cool name.
It is. Yeah, you're right. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. So you're the only world champion. So is it safe to say that you are the best wrestler alive?
I say that all the time. Is it safe for you to say it? Sure. Why not? And you mentioned, I'm the only current reigning world champion because all the other champions for the high-profile wrestling companies seem to be vacant right now.
Yeah.
That's got to be like, that's not something you work towards. That's just like being in the right place at the right time, right? What an honor to say that I am the only world champion currently. It's like I won the lottery. First of all, I feel like I say I win the lottery quite often. I feel like I won the lottery by getting to wrestle my idol, Ric Flair. I feel like I won the lottery just to be allowed into the wrestling business in general. I won the lottery by becoming the undisputed champion of a wrestling company that is known all around the world for its wrestling. I am the world champion of Ring of Honor. I feel like I've been so blessed when it comes to being in the wrestling business.
You're blessed, but you put in the work. It's not just like luck or blessings. Like you put in the work.
That's true. But I do still consider myself to be very lucky. I'll put it like that.
A humble man you are.
Oh, stop. But you did, like you said, I did put in the work. I do agree with that statement. Sometimes you still got to be in the right place at the right time. This is the wrestling business, where someone can get hurt, and because he's hurt, you're the next in line to be the champion. We've literally seen that happen for years in this business. And nothing taken away from those guys who become champions from a situation like that. But like I said, it goes back to being in the right place at the right time. Your wrestling skill matched with being lucky gets you very far in this business.
I completely agree, even though I can't wrestle to save my life. Even though my name says that I could.
Have you tried?
I don't. It would just look like a deer falling. It just would not be a good look.
Well, cheap plug here. I do have a wrestling school. I have my own wrestling school in Tampa, Florida, where I live in the sunny Sunshine State.
A lot better than right now.
I always freeze whenever I travel for work. But yeah, I have my own wrestling school in Tampa, Florida. Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. I'll be signing up and then you'll laugh at me.
Well, you're already behind the eight ball because you got your wrestling name already. So it's like true. You come in with your,
I did steal it, though. It's not an original wrestling name.
Don't ever say that. You borrowed it.
Do you want to use my hookup and capture the audio with the video?
The video is bonus.
The video is bonus.
The video is bonus. Oh, it's all right.
The
It's
video is
okay.
bonus. The podcast.
It was
But
okay.
Thank you.
Guys, for those of you who don't know, the man that you just heard in the background interrupting our shot is the Judge Jeff Jones. Yes, from ECW, the man who managed Mike Awesome. That is the Jeff Jones. Just interrupted our podcast here.
It happened. That's awesome for us.
He did not have his gavel and his judge robe.
There was no judgment made, but he was here.
Right. It would have been so cool if he had come in and said, Jay, you are guilty as charged.
Oh my gosh, only in my dreams.
Well, were you a big ECW fan?
I wasn't allowed to really watch
Gotcha. So you probably didn't really know who Jeff Jones was.
I know it vaguely.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's okay. Nobody really knows.
That's fine. I'm not going to tell him you said that.
He won't be.
I'm just going to send this to him.
It's all right.
I have a question. I kind of feel like we're in a wrestling renaissance. I feel like there's a boom in wrestlers who do not necessarily fit like a monster look, who are out there for their skills, for their wrestling, and I think you've been a big part of that. I think Samoa Joe, I think
Bryan Danielson.
even like Kevin Steen, like you started kind of this renaissance of people really being into the wrestling. Do you agree with that?
I do. I think it really started the main movement anyway, as far as mainstream wrestling, because Ring of Honor has always been about that. Yeah. But like the WWE really got on board with guys like CM Punk. That's when I feel like it really, really started. But yeah, I agree 100%. There's definitely a boom period because wrestling used to be like the land of the giants, but and the land of the gimmicks, like the Doinks the Clowns. But nowadays, like you said, it's a boom period for guys who can actually go out there and wrestle. And I gotta say, I'm very happy that that's taking place, because I don't really feel like dressing like Doink the Clown. I may pretend to be Macho Man or Ric Flair every once in a while, but...
Is Black Machismo the strongest machismo?
He is, definitely, 100%.
Okay, I just felt like we needed to cover that. I also have another serious question. I feel like Ring of Honor, New Japan, even WWE and Evolve, a lot of the promotions seem to be more open to working with one another. Do you think that's part of kind of like the boom, like we were talking about, the Renaissance and all that, or you just think it makes sense?
I think for the time being, it just makes sense. It's just something that's happening coincidentally. And it's helping the boom period. It's definitely not hurting it. But yeah, I think that's just something that's just happening coincidentally. But it's amazing because I've been a huge fan of guys like Shinsuke Nakamura from New Japan, and getting to meet and work with him through this partnership that Ring of Honor has now acquired. Oh man, it's like a dream come true. But yeah, I'd definitely say, to answer your question one more time, it's definitely a coincidence, I think, the partnership relationships that are going on within wrestling. But it's definitely helping this boom period of the age of the wrestlers who can actually wrestle and doesn't have to rely too much on their gimmick or their size or their muscles,
Question. Do all belts come with a velvet bag to put them in?
I see. Are you admiring?
You have a velvet satchel that your belt goes in, and I'm in love with it.
Okay, when I was in TNA and I won the X Division Championship, I did not have a velvet bag or satchel to carry my belt in.
That's a damn shame.
It is a crying shame, as my mom would say, a crying shame. But yeah, here in Ring of Honor, all belts come with this cool little velvety bag to carry around with.
Ring of Honor, it's so luxurious.
They really know how to treat you. And you want to know the coolest part about working for Ring of Honor? I'm being extremely serious here. In every other wrestling promotion that you work for or can work for with mainstream media or television, most of the time when you are in front of the camera, most of the time you are doing what you're told to do.
I've always wondered that,
Yeah, in Ring of Honor, they really do, or for me anyway, they really let you have a lot, and I mean a lot, of creative freedom. I feel like that's what really brings the best out of a professional wrestler when it's an idea that he's currently involved in that was something sparked from his brainchild. He'll really put his all into it, and you can really begin to see what that wrestler can do. But if it's something that he almost doesn't agree with, or he's just kind of okay with, and you're forcing him to do it, I mean, that's when you really see a professional at work. But sometimes it doesn't yield the best results,
I was going to ask how much influence you have on what you can do, what your storyline is, because you always hear, oh, they're kind of forced into it. We've even, a lot of times with the Reed Flair, the Charlotte promo that came out, it was a lot of questions, was she forced to do that? So I've always wondered how much say you have in what you can say.
Every company is different. Here in Ring of Honor, I have been blessed with the ability to have a lot of input in what I do and what I don't do.
Well, I think it's a lot of trust in the wrestlers.
There you go. That you hit the nail right on the head. It is a lot of trust from management in that particular wrestler. If he has an idea, well, it must be a good idea if he thought of it. You know what I mean?
Okay, a couple fun questions. Can you outdrink Flair?
I cannot. And I've actually been in the bar with him several times, not trying to outdrink him, because I was just sitting there thinking, wow, I can't believe I'm in a bar drinking with Ric Flair.
Crazy.
It was insane. I was like, the little boy in me was just going crazy, like Christmas Day, But no, I cannot outdrink Ric Flair.
I mean, I don't think many people can. Kudos to that
I
man.
got a couple stories from some of the bar escapades that gone on with Flair. Nothing that I can share.
Next time.
It's almost like, oh, why would you even
Why would you
mention
bring it up? You're teasing me.
Hey guys, yeah, this is the Black Machismo
and Jay Lethal and woo, the Black Nature Boy. And you're listening to the Bear Hug It Out podcast.